Hey family, how y'all doing? Good to be back on here. It's been a minute. It's been about a month. Been going through a lot. Lots of trials and tribulations, but it's all good. Haven't shot a video because of my situation and my circumstances, but I'm all right. I'm good. Ooh, I've been going through some challenging weeks, but anyway, I'm here to talk about the powers that be. I had a dream the other night, and not to get into all of that, but when I woke up, spirit put in my it was put in my spirit this song by Isley Brothers. You gotta fight the powers that be. And it kept playing over and over and over. And I'm like, wow, what are you trying to tell me here? So the things I've been going through, sometimes when we go through things, we tend to let things go through us. And what I mean by that is kind of like letting it take over, because when you keep thinking about something, and overthinking, that means you're allowing it to get energy, allowing it to get power over to consume you. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna figure this out. What's going on? We don't have control over everything. We are co-creators. However, things gonna always continuously, I say, challenge us or try to overtake us, if you will. But I learned that during that time that I was going through what I was going through, enemy, I say, enemy was trying to overtake my mind. Like, let me keep replaying things. And I was like, nope, it's time to nip this in the bud. Powers that be is the powers that was. I am in control. Even though sometimes we do tend to have thoughts that's not our thoughts, but I serve a higher purpose. The source takes care of me. So therefore, I had to nip it in the bud, stand strong, and know that this is just a storm I'm going through, but I always come out on the other end. And I'm grateful for that. But speaking about the powers that be, how some people allow them to consume them. And I learned how to master it. Yes, we're going to go through things in life. There's no one walking on the face of this earth in this realm that's not going through something from time to time. It comes and goes. There's a polarity. There's a good, there's a bad. As within, so without. We're gonna always go through things. It doesn't matter what. So we gonna always fight through things. The thing is persevering and getting over to the other side and preparing yourself for the next opposition, because we're gonna always have them. Whether you fighting something at your place of work, you fighting something with a family member, a friend, an associate, your husband, your wife. It doesn't matter. It's how you fight what matters. Are you fighting in an anger mode? Or are you fighting in a subtle mode? Or are you fighting with your mind mode? And when I say that, are you fighting subtly? Are you fighting in a way that a good fight? Are you fighting in a way that you allow your anger to take over and you say things that you may regret later on? Or are you fighting in a spirituality of the thing? Are you allowing the spirit to guide you when to say something, when not to say something? Because every fight is different, and every fight sometimes it's not good to say things. Sometimes you just need to just hush and do more listening than you do more talking. And it's a challenge, because that's something you learn over time. It just doesn't just happen overnight. You got to learn how to govern your thoughts, govern what you say, because the tongue is they say it's like a double-edged sword. Sometimes you say things and then you think about, wow, should I have said that? And then sometimes you say things and it was meant to be said at that time. So when you're fighting against the powers that be, not just, I'm talking about here in this simulation we live in, because that's over with. That's been fought and that's been won. I'm just talking about powers that be, that allows to penetrate your mind. It's getting down in your thinking process, where you're constantly thinking about it. And sometimes when you keep thinking about it, you get a little bit more uproar about the situation, and you be like, man, well, how's I'm gonna take care of this? How's I'm gonna get over this? Because I keep playing it over and over in my head. That's when you need to just take time out, heart, sit down somewhere, go breathe, Go take a good inhale and then exhale. Let it out. And just let the Spirit talk to you. Let the Spirit talk to you and help guide you through. Because sometimes we could tend to just allow things to get, All right, I'm back. Somebody's calling. But I'm still learning how to run my videos, and when people calling, I don't know, I'm gonna have to go through there and do some little editing because I didn't even know how to pause the call that I was receiving. But anyway, we have to learn how to maneuver around things. Sometimes we allow our anger to overshadow us, and then we can say some things that may hurt somebody's feelings, or it may even hurt your feelings because you might have regrets about saying it. But anyway, everything happens for a reason. We go through things for a reason. We learn things for a reason. We have oppositions for a reason. Sometimes the oppositions that you have with an individual or whatever, it's about your growth on how you deal with it. Sometimes when we deal with things in a way that we don't supposed to deal with it, we have regrets, and then you might have to turn right back around and repeat that cycle. So, saying that to say this, learn how to deal with the powers that be in a way that your spirit governs you on how to deal with them. Everything don't always have to be about shouting and being pissed off and want to cuss somebody out. It's other ways of doing things, other ways of maneuvering your power, your spiritual power. Yeah, so let your spiritual power have its perfect place. It's a time and place for everything. And dealing with the powers that be is not um always a emotional thing. You can even govern your emotions when you're dealing with things like that. You're gonna always have these situations where somebody done pissed you off, or you ain't in the best of mood and somebody say something wrong or say something that you ain't trying to hear, and may tends to trigger you. But it's always a better way to deal with things, and that was part of a lot of stuff that I was dealing with on my little 4 week, I say 4 week layoff. I was learning not only just to deal with the oppositions that was coming my way, and that was multiple ones, but I learned how to speak when I need to speak, and then when I don't need to speak, don't speak. Just be more of a listener. Because a lot of times when you're dealing with situations, enemies, jealousness, and things of that nature, or people just trying to sabotage you, it's best to listen sometimes, because when you listen, you hear a lot. And when you hear a lot, you don't even have to say a lot, because things open up to you. Because like you say, you got your spiritual team. You serving the source. Source got your back. It's all about you sometimes too. You could be getting tested on how you gonna deal with this. Yeah, you had your days where you were tearing to somebody something terrible. It ain't nothing funny. I mean, you would take them down there, cuss them out, whatever, say some words, hurt them, and you be like, yeah, I did it. I got it off. I did what I did. You did this. I did what I had to do. And shoot, I told you up too, didn't I? And you haven't learned the lesson, because if you feel like every time somebody take you down through there, you got to rip them one, then what is the outcome? What are you learning in that process? Not much. Yeah, you accomplished that little goal, but what did you really learn? Because it's going to be a time that you may get a challenge from somebody that may be like your boss and take you down through that. You're going to rip them one too, and then have the faith that maybe losing your job. So it's ways of doing things. Pick your battles, choose your battles, but pick your battles. Know what to say and when to say it. Know how to maneuver around powers that be. Shoot, you can go on and say your prayers and everything, but you still gonna be the one that's gonna have to fight with that battle. But you gotta know how to maneuver, when to say things, when not to say things. Call on the Spirit, ask Spirit to help you out when you're facing obstacles like that. And it's just amazing that while I'm making this video, I'm thinking about a lot of things that I was going through in them 4 weeks. Yeah, certain individuals that I wanted to just take them and just rip them straight down the middle. But I allowed the spirit to guide me through things. Every time we had confrontations, certain words was put in my mouth at this perfect time all the time, and it left them kind of choked up about the situation. So it's a beautiful thing. Allow spirit to take over. Don't allow your flesh to take over all the time. Now I ain't gonna say every single time. Sometimes people have to be put in their place, and the spirit will put words in your mouth, tell them a thing or two, make them go somewhere and sit down. But anyway, it all depends on what you're going through or whatever the situation may be. But the powers that be, it's not powers that be like control over you. It's just powers that think they have a place on you when they come at you a certain way. But you got the upper hand because you got source on your side. And you always come out on top regardless to what. And I'm so thankful for that. These past 4 weeks has been a challenge, and I ain't saying I'm totally over the things that I've been going through. Everything I've been going through have been life lessons. It's been things that I've been going through that was familiar with some things that I went through years ago. And going through similarities of things I went through years ago, I finally get the understanding on what I'm going through based on something I went through many, many years ago. Like I said, it got similarity. So at this time, I was able to graduate from the situation. Because in that time, I allowed my emotions to govern me. And even though it felt like I won, but in the long term, I didn't really actually win because I allowed my anger to control my tongue and my thoughts. So just even saying that means I had to do a recycle. Something that I went through back then, I wound up going through it now. Dang. And so this time I won it because I mastered it. I allowed spirit to govern me. So wow. Kudos to me. Spirit has put that in my spirit. Okay. So yeah. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say today, y'all. I'm so thankful to be back. Sometimes, you have to go through things to see things in a different light. And things that I go through, sometimes I like to express it, not just on YouTube, but just talking to other people that may be going through like matters. But now, Spirit's telling me to, whenever something's going on, if it ain't nothing that's too personal, I'm going to need you to speak it and talk to the community about it because you never know who might be looking at you opposite of your video, and you may hit on something that they may be going through, and you can be an insight to them. And that's beautiful because I'm a minister, and what I'm supposed to do, minister to the community. And that's what I'm doing. I'm so thankful that Source allowed me to use my throat chakra and speak. Yeah, and I like that. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad whoever was listening. I'm thankful for you listening to me. If you like it, if you like this video and all my other videos, hit that like button. Even subscribe if you feel like it. I mean, it is what it is. You want to subscribe, you don't. It's not the situation. I'm not here for subscribers. I'm here to get a message across. So on that note, I'm thankful for everybody who's listening. All right, family. Y'all take care. Peace.